Iron Mountain Incorporated, founded in 1951, is an enterprise information management services company, headquartered in Boston, Massachusetts. Its records management, information destruction and data backup and recovery services are supplied to more than 156,000 customers throughout North America, Europe, Latin America, and Asia. Iron Mountain is a component of the S&P 500 Index and a member of the FTSE4Good Index. History. Background. The company was started by Herman Norst, who had made his fortune growing and marketing mushrooms. In 1936, needing more space to grow his product, he purchased a depleted iron ore mine and 100 acres of land in Livingston, New York, for $9,000. By 1950, the mushroom market had shifted and Norst was looking for alternative uses for his mine, which he had named Iron Mountain. Founding in early years, amid widespread Cold War fears, Norst saw a business opportunity in protecting corporate information from nuclear attack and other disasters. In 1951 the company, christened as Iron Mountain Atomic Storage Corporation, opened its first underground vaults, and its first sales office in the Empire State Building, about 125 miles south. Iron Mountain's first customer was East River Savings Bank, who brought microfilm copies of deposit records and duplicate signature cards in armored cars for storage in the Mountain facility. In 1978, the company opened its first above-ground record storage facility. Middle years. This first iteration of Iron Mountain was bankrupt by the early 1970s and was wholly acquired by Vincent J. Ryan, through his holdings in Schooner Capital Corporation, Boston, Massachusetts. At the time it consisted of the original facility in Livingston, New York, and IMAR, a former limestone mine in Mushroom Cave outside of Kingston, New York. In 1980, it expanded to Rhode Island through the purchase of a former Industrial National Bank cold site and data tape repository in Gloucester, Rhode Island. Though it had many Fortune 500 clients at the time, its revenue was in the $6 million range in the early 1980s. Its breakthrough came in the mid-1980s when it convinced manufacturers Hanover Bank to move all its paper records out of Manhattan to the above-mentioned above-ground facility, a former strip mall in Port Huron, New York. This was the first time barcodes were used by a records management company to allow real-time access to shipped boxes, and therefore, the documents inside. The barcoding of boxes of paper records and a subsequent rolling up of mom-and-pop facilities around the country made expansion easy from there on out. Its sell or be put out of business mindset was instrumental to the firm's growth. During the 1980s, the company expanded beyond New York, opening facilities in New Jersey and throughout New England. In 1988 Iron Mountain extended its reach into 12 more U.S. markets by acquiring Bell & Howell Records Management, Incorporated. In 1997 Iron Mountain became a leading software escrow company with the acquisition of Data Securities International. Expansion and consolidation. Since 1980, Iron Mountain grew through acquisitions. Revenue over this period increased from $3 million in 1981 to $2.7 billion at the end of 2007. In February 2000, Iron Mountain Incorporated announced the completion of its acquisition of Pierce Leahy Corporation in a stock-for-stock merger valued at approximately $1.1 billion. In 2004, Iron Mountain formed a digital assets division called Iron Mountain Digital, following the acquisition of Connected Corporation, a maker of online PC backup software. A year later, Iron Mountain Digital bought LiveVault, a provider of online backup software for server data. In 2007 Iron Mountain acquired Stratify Incorporated, one of the larger e-discovery service providers at the production end of the electronic discovery reference model. The acquired businesses of LiveVault and Stratify Incorporated were consolidated into Iron Mountain Digital. In June 2008, the president of Iron Mountain's North American operations, Brennan, who joined the company through its 2004 acquisition of Connected Corporation, was appointed as the company's new CEO. He replaced Richard Reese, who had served as Iron Mountain unregistered trademark CEO from 1981, and its chairman from 1995. After the transition, Rees continued as the chairman. In February 2010, Iron Mountain acquired a California-based e-discovery and content archiving software provider, Mimosa Systems. The acquisition too was absorbed into Iron Mountain Digital Division. On April 15, 2011, it was announced that CEO Brennan would step down, which brought Chairman Rees back to the CEO role. On May 16, 2011, Iron Mountain decided to divest its technology arm, Iron Mountain Digital, which was acquired by the British enterprise search and knowledge management firm Autonomy Corporation for $380 million. Shortly thereafter, in August 2011, Hewlett-Packard acquired the Cambridge-based Autonomy, and amalgamated the operations of Autonomy into HP's enterprise software division. On May 8, 2012, Iron Mountain expanded its high-security storage facility business through the acquisition of 3 record storage firms: Filehouse Offsite Record Storage in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and Document Systems Incorporated in Columbia, and First National Safe Deposit in Philadelphia. On November 5, 2013, Iron Mountain announced it would be shutting down its St. John, New Brunswick contact center in 2014. Many of the jobs will be transitioned to Converge's facilities. Dighton, MA storage location located at Data Vault Road off of Sharps Lot Road, was once a missile storage battery during the Cold War. The best-known Iron Mountain storage facility is a high-security storage facility in a former limestone mine at Boyers, Pennsylvania, near the city of Butler in the United States. It began storing records in 1954 and was purchased by Iron Mountain in 1998. It is here that Bill Gates stores his Corby's photographic collection in a refrigerated cave 220 feet underground. Nearby, the U.S. Office of Personnel Management leases another underground cavern to store and process government employee retirement papers. Iron Mountain has additional underground storage facilities in the United States and the rest of the world. It stores the wills of Princess Diana, Charles Dickens, and Charles Darwin. It also stores the original recordings of Frank Sinatra and master recordings from Sony Music Entertainment. Most of the company's over 1,000 storage locations are in above-ground leased warehouse space located near customers. Recognition: Security magazine named Iron Mountain in a OE Security 500 of 2008. An annual ranking of the United States 500 most secure companies. Iron Mountain was its Industria unregistered trademark sole representative in the category of business services. Published in the magazine unregistered trademark November issue, the Security 500 ranks companies using several metrics such as the percentage of a company unregistered trademark revenue spent on security. The survey tracks 16 vertical markets to serve as a benchmarking tool for companies. Fortune magazine has had Iron Mountain on its list of the OE World unregistered trademark most admired companies every year from 2006 to 2011. In its category, Diversified Outsourcing Services, it has every year come in second behind Aramark. The only exception was 2006, when it also ranked below Converge's. The industry rankings reflect feedback from executives, directors, and analysts who rated Iron Mountain and industry peers on 9 attributes of reputation, from investment value to quality of management. In April 2009, Iron Mountain's Digital Record Center for Images was recognized as a Product of the Year by the Massachusetts Network Communications Council in the Cloud Computing, Virtualization and Data Warehousing Storage category. Data losses: the company has received media attention for losing or misplacing customer files and data, particularly tapes containing private information such as home addresses and social security numbers. In 1997, a mysterious fire destroyed a warehouse just off the New Jersey Turnpike at Exit 8, full of corporate documents. Investigators interviewed dozens of witnesses but refused to offer any theories for the apparent arson. This was 2 days after a smaller blaze damaged another warehouse several hundred feet away. Both buildings are owned by Iron Mountain Incorporated. In May 2005, Time Warner disclosed that a container of 40 unencrypted backup tapes containing the personal information of 600,000 current and former employees had disappeared while being transported in an Iron Mountain van that made 18 other stops in Manhattan that day. After the loss, Time Warner began encrypting its tapes, and Iron Mountain advised its other clients to do the same. A year later, tapes containing personal information for about 17,000 Long Island Railroad employees were lost while in transit to the railroad's office, along with tapes belonging to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs being shipped in the same vehicle. In July 2006, a fire completely destroyed a leased six-story company warehouse in London. The paper records of 600 customers, including client files stored by several prominent London law firms, were lost. Also destroyed were the medical records of up to 240,000 patients of Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. The London Fire Brigade later concluded that the fire was caused by arson. One day earlier, a smaller fire believed to have been caused by contractors making roof repairs damaged a company warehouse in Ottawa, Canada. In August 2007, the company began retrofitting its unmarked vans and trucks with a new security and alarm system using chain-of-custody technology to reduce the exposure of customer data to possible loss. Among other security features, the system uses radio frequency authentication and real-time tracking capabilities to help prevent mysterious disappearances of tapes, or their actual removal from the vehicle, during transit. A large fire struck Iron Mountain unregistered trademark S document storage warehouse and headquarters in Aprilia, Italy late on Friday 4 November 2011. According to news reports, the entire building was enveloped in flames causing substantial damage to the building and, presumably, to the documents and digital content stored there. Approximately 40 employees worked in the facility but nobody has been injured. On February 5, 2014, an intentional fire completely burned down the company's Buenos Aires warehouse. At least 9 firefighters died in the incident while 7 others were severely injured. See also, data spill, references. Further reading. External links, official website, Australian blog, msnbc.com video, mining for Elvis Presley records, KOMO TV news profile of Iron Mountain facility.